A fireside chat. We're just going to FemTech meets lifestyle, how tech is transforming fashion, fitness, and self-care. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Achita Jacob, CEO and founder Proactive for Her. Let's have a huge round of applause as we welcome Ms. Jacob to the stage. Our next panelist is Vindhya Shanmugam, Senior Director of Engineering, Myntra Designs Private Limited. Let's put our hands together as Ms. Shanmugam takes the stage. And to moderate this panel, please put your hands together for Sonia Pardesi, founder, Sonia Pardesi Image Consulting. Let's make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause, please. Sonia, over to you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the panel discussion, which is on FemTech meets lifestyle, how technology is transforming fashion, fitness, and self-care. So we already have such beautiful ladies who have been introduced, but I would just like to start with Miss Achita Jacob, who has revolutionized the healthcare industry, and she has founded a company which is called as Proactive for Her, and she's one of the front runners in the healthcare industry. So my first question to you, Achita, is, considering your background and the mission of Proactive for Her, what transformation have you seen in women's health, particularly when it comes to self-care? And the other question is, how is FemTech bridging gaps to improve the overall well-being of women in India?
Awesome. Thanks, Sonia. Very excited to be here and talk about women's health. It's something I'm extremely passionate about. So I've been the founder of Proactive for Her for the last 4 years, and I often joke in my circle that I didn't do a PhD, but I think being a founder in women's health for so long, I feel like I have a PhD in women's health. I think this is a very interesting point in time when it comes to women's health and femtech in general, because we're finally seeing women stand up for themselves and question status quo. So I would say for the longest period of time, and I've seen this at my previous company where I also worked in healthcare, there was a certain notion of health that women had about themselves, and by the time they've taken care of parents and a spouse and their kids, their health would always be on the back burner. And it's really promising to see that today women are standing up for their own health, and what they're saying is, I want to put myself on the priority list, and I'm going to think about healthcare today, in the future, and this is seen across the board for us at Proactive for Her. So we have served 50,000 women. We have 7 clinics in Bangalore, and what we've been really surprised to see, and even as a founder, what I've been surprised to see is how much women are willing to invest in their health. So there is a vaccine that prevents cervical cancer that I didn't know about till I was about 26, 27 years old. And then I got jabbed for the HPV vaccine at our clinic at the age of 29. And it was very promising that while I felt that women should know about what are the healthcare opportunities out there for them, and kind of that was a step I took for myself. It was very promising to see that women are also making these choices for themselves. So we've vaccinated close to 6,000 women. There's a lot of preventive healthcare that happens in countries outside of India, especially more developed countries, like taking a pap smear, getting an HPV DNA co-test. We've done probably the most number of pap smears by any clinic in Bangalore. And we're also talking about a bunch of conditions that women didn't know previously. So for example, the one that comes to mind the most is vaginismus, where women are unable to have penetrative sex, but don't know what that condition is called or don't know how to get recourse for it. So if you ask me, what's happening today in the age of technology and in femtech is, women are standing up for themselves and they are asking questions and they're not accepting status quo. And I'm sure there are many more areas where, we talk about menopause and, new age treatments available for that, where we don't even talk about those treatments in India. There's a bunch of stuff happening, and I think it's a combination of both companies like us providing some services and solutions in the space, but most importantly, the behavioral change we're seeing amongst women, and that's been really exciting and very promising to see.
Wow, I think the most amazing thing about what you do is the fact that you are not only talking about preventive healthcare measures, but you are creating that kind of awareness because a couple of things besides the cervical cancer vaccine, which I've also taken a couple of years ago, I wasn't aware of. So I think we all need to build our awareness. We have so much available in front of us. And the fact that you are doing so much to cater to audiences like us, I think it's great. So thank you. So my next question is to you, Vindhya. So as a leader in the fashion tech space, how do you see innovations like Myntra's personalization transforming the way women engage with fashion? And what role does technology play in creating an inclusive experience for the consumers?
Okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. So I handle the technology teams in Myntra. So to your point, Sonia, Myntra is a tech-enabled platform. So technology and innovation is at the core of what we do and deliver for providing the best customer experiences and engaging experiences. As you mentioned, personalization that we do for fashion is a very complex construct because personalization is, for fashion is very unique to a specific user. The fashion choices are very unique to the user. So what we do is we use a lot of AI and ML models to show to the user what is the most relevant products that he or she would like out of all the million products that you have in the catalog, right? So what a tier 2 user in Tamil Nadu sees versus what someone in metro like Bangalore or Bombay would see, it's totally different experience altogether. So we try to bring in that inclusiveness for our consumers. And the second thing is about driving inspiration for fashion, and which is primarily through influencer-led content. Like if you see, our users see the influencers and they watch them wear a particular product, use a particular product, they want to buy it. So what we have done is we have taken this one step further to make every user on the platform an influencer. So we launched this program recently, which is called the Ultimate Glam Clan. So any user on the platform can become an influencer. They can post content, they can share content, and this kind of creates or helps in building communities and also helps in creating that engaging experience for our consumers. So before I talk about the last product that we recently launched, so last night we went live with our big fashion festival sale. And if you catch me yawning on stage, and you know the reason why. So we're going to go live today with the rest of the entire user base. So as part of the sale, we've launched a very unique and very interesting feature, which is multi-product virtual try-on. So earlier on, what you would have seen in the platform is a single product virtual try-on. Maybe you can try on a lipstick or a mascara. So multi-product VTR will help you. It curates the look, having multiple products in a single look, and you can try the entire look and see how you look with different variations, and you can buy the product for yourself. I'm sure you're all going to enjoy it, and you should try using this feature specifically. And that's how we kind of use technology to give different experiences to our customers, to bring that inclusiveness using technology.
Wow, I think the most amazing thing is the whole AI aspect, which has made our lives so much simpler. And it's like a mood board of sorts, which is created, and you can choose whatever you want to, and it's helping you and it's assisting you. Also, the fact that you have people, anybody can become an influencer, I think that's amazing. People who struggle to figure out how are they going to do the the do's and the don'ts when it comes to becoming an influencer. You've made so many people's lives easier.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of traction, and we
Right.
have a lot of influencers that are onboarding who are users on the platform. So encourage all of you to be and part of it.
Great. Thank you so much. My last question is to the both of you. So, as women in the leadership industry, or rather in the leadership field, what have been some of the significant challenges that you have encountered, and how have you overcome them in order to derive success in your respective fields? So, I'm going to start with you, Achita.
Thanks, Sonia. I think as any woman trying to climb the corporate ladder or do something different and stand out, you're always going to be in situations where you might be the first one or you might be one of very few. And this happened to me a lot. So I'm a single female founder building in healthcare, which is a fairly male-dominated industry. And also raising funds from venture capitalists, which is also a very male-dominated industry. So the way I've tried to rephrase that narrative for myself is consciously go after uncomfortable and painful situations. And for me, what really works is I always remind myself that excellence is directly proportional to the amount of pain you can endure. So when I'm in a situation which feels really difficult, where I feel I'm totally out of my depth, and I think this is especially true of women, because most corporate workspaces are not designed for women to thrive. I know a lot of people are doing a lot of good work to change that, but we're still not there. We still don't have equity in the workspace or most professional spaces. So women are going to feel uncomfortable more often, and I think that's definitely true of my experience. So just keeping in mind that if you can rephrase how you feel about painful, uncomfortable situations, and at least I think about being excellent or having excellence as the ability to endure pain. And I think that's kind of pushed me on to do more than I thought I could have at the beginning of the journey. And I think that would kind of be my big learning from some of my experiences.
And I think that's amazing, the fact that, you know, when you're your own competition and you are making sure that you are very strong and you have the courage to move ahead no matter what the challenge is, I think that's amazing. So more power to you. What about you?
What the most significant challenges I will say still exist, like dealing with, especially in a corporate setup, dealing with unconscious biases, setting right priorities for yourself, and setting the expectations with, the stakeholders, be it at home or be it at work, both the places. But I thought two other important things that I thought I should call out is, one is fear of what others think, and the second one is, asking for what you want. So these two things, I fairly feel women don't do a good job. For the first one, it's like, see, always you will find that you are minority in the room, and your opinion is going to be different. Your thinking, thought process is going to be different than the others. So you have to be conscious about it, and it's okay to speak up rather than not doing it so because you are different. I would say asking a simple question in a room. You have like 10 men, and you have you're the only person. What color you want to use for your app? Say everybody is going to say blue, and you have to say pink. You cannot be without saying pink, right? Because the rest of the consumers outside of this room, 50% of them who are going to dial into your app would like pink, right? So it's so important to speak up your mind. It's okay to be different in that room, and you should not fear, okay, what others are going to think if I'm going to say this, because this is so different. And the second thing is, as I said, asking for what you want. Fundamentally, how I think about is, women are always, they play the role of givers. We've seen that in our family with our moms, our grandmoms. They're always giving, always flexible, always adapting and giving birth, right? So, with that mindset in mind at a workplace environment, we find it extremely difficult to ask because we are contradicting that whole fact. So, I think if you don't ask, like, I want a promotion, I want a hike, I want a opportunity, I want to work for something different, you're not going to get it. So, it's important to stand up for yourself and ask what you want because that will make a difference, right?
So there is a very famous saying, ask and you shall receive. So I think we need to keep that in mind, and it's also important to break the barriers. So thank you so much. You were lovely, and thank you so much for sharing your insights. It was very enlightening to talk with you. And thank you all for being such a wonderful and patient audience. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Sonia.
Thank you.